super excited to show an update on these succulents. We brought these home from my brother-in-law, Ryan's sister's house, and we planted them, and a lot of them have started to get roots. So the reason I planted them in these clear cups is so we could see the root growth. So I'm going to show you them really fast, and I'm really excited to show you an update on these. These three here, these three succulents were succulents that I had that were doing really, really poor. So I went ahead and took them out of their pot, and I am repotting them. And I wanted to see if I could get their roots healthier in these cups and kind of do the same thing I was doing with these other ones. So these were some that I already had, but these two trays here, these larger trays, they were not plants that I had, and they did not have roots. These two trays did not have roots. This tray here had roots because they were already established succulents. These ones were just pieces that we broke off from other cactuses, and we're trying to propagate them. I'm going to show this first tray here. This one, it has roots, but you can't see them on the edge of this, on the side of this cup. But I know that it has roots because the cat knocked it over, and it had roots when I did that. So I'm going to put the ones with roots on the right side and the ones without roots on the left. And they might all have roots, we just can't see them all. I don't see any roots in this one yet. There's another one of these. I think that might be a root right there. Oh yeah. So down here at the bottom, you can see really good root growth of this plant. Really neat. So this one started to get some roots. These ones were really, really tiny when we first did it. They were like little balls. And I believe they have good roots going down. I know there's one root on here. There it is. There's the one root that I've seen. And I would imagine that they're all about that long, even though we can't see them all. Let's do another one of these. I will also say I've only watered these 3 times in the 21 days. It's been 21 days since we planted. And I've only watered them 3 times. I watered them for the 3rd time today. So making sure, I didn't see any roots on this one, so I'm going to stick it over here on the left. Now, just because we don't see the roots doesn't mean they're not there, and the plants themselves look very healthy. So I'm not that worried if they don't have their roots just yet. If they were molding or looking weird. Is that a root right there? Oh, there's some roots right down here. So this one definitely has started some roots. But if they were molding or looking gross on top or rotting, any of that, then I would want to probably end the project. That looks like a root to me, but I'm not quite sure. Right there. That's definitely a root. So this one has roots. And last but not least, I wanted to show I could see how huge these roots were from far away. This was actually one of the first ones I noticed that had roots, which was interesting to me because it didn't even look like it was going to be the healthiest section to propagate. So, but it put down roots, and I'm really excited about that. So on tray 1, we have 6 that have roots. This one we couldn't see the roots from the outside, but like I said, the cat knocked it over and I saw that it was growing roots, and I replanted it. And these 3 we can't see their roots, but that doesn't mean they don't have roots. Let's take a look at tray number 2. It's our little star cactus. I guess I should have showed how each cactus looks on the top. I'll get a close-up at the end of this. I don't see any roots on this one. But like I said, that doesn't mean they're not there. And this one is really neat looking. But earlier when I checked, I didn't see any roots on this one that I could see. This little fuzzy guy. Don't see any roots on this one either. These two don't have any roots yet. I'll show the side, but these two I'm not sure. One of them was molding, so I had to remove it and throw it away. These two haven't molded. That one's starting to, looks like, die a little bit. So I don't know if these two leaves will produce a plant or not. I was just giving it a try. They are off of this plant here. So that's where those two came from. All right, there's another one of those little star cactus. And I don't see any roots on this one yet. Now this little guy is super cute. And I do know there's roots in here because I saw them earlier. Here they are. Look how neat that looks. It's really cool to see them growing on the side of the clear cup. So if you're propagating in dirt, if you propagate in water, you can see it really clearly too. But cactus and stuff, they don't need, if you put them in water, they'd probably rot. So this one had roots. I'm going to go behind that one. This one has a good root right here. And it looks really neat on top too. Tray number 2 are some of my favorite plants. I think they're just really neat, and I can't wait to, I'm going to break off sections and do this more, and so that I can have some more to share with others. But this one is my favorite, and it has, I could tell that it was doing well because it was getting a bunch of new growth on it. But I didn't realize how well it was actually doing, and you can really see these roots so well. So very neat. This one's doing super good. Now these little guys, I don't see any roots from the side here, but it is off of this plant, and we're going to see if it will make a new plant. I'm not sure if it will. They look bigger to me, and they look like they're doing really well. None of them have gotten moldy or anything like that, so that's pretty good. So for this one, we have 3. This one doesn't have roots. 3 that for sure have some roots going, and these 6 look good, so they don't look unhealthy or anything. So I think they'll be fine to leave and see if they will put down roots and get their roots stronger. Take a look at our last tray. This cactus was doing really bad before I decided to take it out of its old pot and see if I could help it out. So it actually had a whole side, like, it looked like something had just taken a chunk out of it, but I think it was just rotting because I overwatered it. So watering it way less has been really helpful, and then these clear containers have also been helpful because I can see that it's really wet right there. It doesn't really need to be watered, and like I said, these have only been watered 3 times in the 21 days, so that's really only once a week, and it really hasn't needed it. But I do see a little root right there, so I was hoping that this one's roots would get stronger. And what I did for that chunk that was like, I wish I would have taken a picture. I will look, I might have taken a picture, but it had like a chunk about the size of like a dime in the edge like this. And so what I did was I scraped it down and I put rubbing alcohol on it and let it dry out on the counter for a day and just let it completely dry. And I put that rubbing alcohol all over anywhere I saw that there were issues. And then after the next day, I planted it in the soil, and I did not water the soil for a couple of days. I just left it dry, and it looks like it is doing a lot better. So that's what I did for that one. This one, I don't know if it's going to pull through or not. This one, I have just had so much trouble keeping alive. I'm not the greatest at keeping succulents alive, so this has been a really big experiment for me to kind of learn how their roots grow and like why I'm killing them. But I see some roots all the way down here. So they grow super long roots, it looks like. And anyway, just watering them less has done a lot better. This one looks like a million times better since I switched it to this method of only watering it very, very little and being able to see the roots. And that was a cat jumping on the piano. So being able to see the roots, how these grow, has been really, really helpful. So these were my 3 succulents that I originally had, and I was trying not to kill because they were in a group of like 6 and I killed 3 of them. So now I've got 3 left and I'm not killing them. And the others are doing very well too. So here is a close-up of how they all look from the above view. Super neat looking plants. We think it's Levi's turn. We're not exactly sure, but he's just going to go ahead and go. It's December 16th. And who is that that's going up today?
Joseph.
The man of the hour. All right. Isn't that calendar so cute?
The donkey goes under Mary.
Is the donkey up there yet?
No, it's day 7.
Oh.
Something's
All right.
We are going to sing Stars Are Gleaming.
Stars were gleaming, shepherds dreaming, and the night was dark and chill. Angels' story rang with glory, shepherds heard it on the hill. All that singing, hear it ringing, earthward winging, Christmas bringing, hearken we can hear it still.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Thanks for watching.
Bye! Bye, guys!